A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Having ourselves a good day with a little bit of a breeze out there. Low humidities. We're right now at about 60%. And as we move through the remainder of the day, we're looking for our humidity to drop down just a little bit more. We're also going to see a few more clouds around, maybe not so much over in the Midland area or west of I-75, but to the east, there is going to be the chance of seeing some clouds move through and maybe a spotty sprinkle here and there, but that's going to be about it. 66 degrees at the airport, 66 here at Radio Center. Midland is a little bit warmer, currently 68. Downtown Bay City is looking at 66 degrees as well. Precipitation over the last 24 hours, very nice rain for almost everyone. You take a look at the reporting stations and all around the Great Lakes Bay area and areas to the southeast. We're looking at anywhere from 3-4 tenths of an inch up to about 7 or 8 tenths of an inch. And it came down nicely. No big gully washers. So whatever needed a drink got a nice one out of this particular system. What's going to be happening, though, over the next 24 hours is probably not too much, really, in the way of any measurable amount of precipitation. And our temperatures are going to be hovering about 4 to 5 degrees below average for this time of the year before we finally begin to see a little bit of a warm-up. And that is going to be occurring as we go into the tail end of the weekend, and more so as we move into the work week next week. Our temperatures over the weekend are going to be averaging maybe 1-2 degrees below normal for this time of the year. And normal is right around 77 in the afternoon and something like 56 at night. So we'll be 74, 75, 76. Nobody's complaining. And there is going to be mostly sunny skies as we go through the weekend. We are going to be seeing maybe clouds move in later in the afternoon, especially on Friday, early Friday evening. And then the same thing on Saturday, later on in the afternoon, the evening. So there is going to be the opportunity of seeing a little bit of precipitation, but there's no organized systems that are going to be delivering that precipitation. The reason why we're going to be seeing what we will see is that we have a high pressure system, which is currently to the south of us, and that high in the Ohio River Basin pushed the low pressure system well off into northeastern parts of New York State. That was the system that gave us whatever rain we did get. And that high is going to move a little bit further to the east over Ohio and western Pennsylvania. So it's going to usher in some warmer temperatures, but higher humidities. And as a result, that higher humidity is what's going to give us the unsettled air. So later in the afternoon, during probably the warmest part of the days on Friday and on Saturday, we'll begin to see those chances of precipitation move in. Again, not because of fronts moving through, just because the air is going to be heavier and a little bit more humid. Sunday, for the most part, promises to be low when it comes to the chances of precipitation, but there's still going to be a chance of rain around. I think the nicest day, really, with very little, if any, chance precipitation, the closest one is going to be on Monday, where our temperatures will be at average values. We're going to work our way up to about 78, 79 degrees. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, at least right now, it does appear as though mid 80s, if not upper 80s, as we move into Wednesday. And during that period of time, we're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're not really expecting much of anything in the way of precipitation. So it looks as though for those of you that would like a little bit warmer weather, you're not complaining, but hey, let it warm up a little bit more. How about next week? We work on that for you. I think we're going to be rather successful in doing that. The average, and we alluded to it before, in the afternoon is 77. The average low is 56. Record high in the state, 93. That was set back in 1964. The record low, 37, set in 1977. And a year ago today, we once again were warm. 87 was our high, 62 was our low. We did get a little bit of precipitation, and the humidity level was up quite a bit. That's one thing we really didn't talk too much about. As we mentioned, starting like the beginning of this week, a year ago, we saw our temperatures move up into that 80 area, 85, 86, and also saw a few 90-degree temperatures. And all the way through that period, marking right around the 15th, 16th of June, we did see quite a bit of humidity. It was rather warm and rather sticky. But a year ago, we didn't have nearly the precipitation that we have seen so far. Fortunately for many of us, the precipitation has been moderate and the ground has been able to handle it. There have been a few areas around where it's really dropped a lot of rain in a short period of time, but that's been the exception and not the rule. So as far as our weather goes, pleasant weather. Open the windows in the house type weather, and it looks as though that's the way it's going to continue for the next several days before the big warm-up kicks in next week. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. When we return, Melinda Sweeney with the Andersons is going to tell us what's going on as far as the markets go. But before we get to all of that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. It's all about risk management, Mr. Farmer. I'll tell you, those crops are really looking good out there right now, and you want to make sure that you keep them looking that way. Now, maybe Mother Nature's got a different idea. Well, you better be protected. So, risk management, that's what you should be looking at. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency is who you should be talking to because they are the risk management experts. They're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, their agents can be reached on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call their office. That's in downtown Reese, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. We say hello, first of all, to Melinda Sweeney. Melinda, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Sounds like you're traveling. Where are you today?
A little bit. I'm in Auburn today.
Okay. So you've got some sun out there.
Yeah, it's nice and sunny.
And you've got some really good-looking crops out there that you've been looking at too, I bet.
They look pretty good so far.
So price-wise, how's our farmers going to be able to deal with it today?
Yeah, corn's up 15, beans are up 36, and wheat's down 10 today. The gains are trying to settle ahead of the USDA report tomorrow at noon. They get another look at supply and demand on our second look at 22-23. There was little progress with Russia this week. There was talk they're going to make a deal with Turkey, but they have yet to do that. CONAB raised Brazilian production 500,000 metric tons on both corn and beans this week. We'll see how that factors into the report tomorrow. Brazil also is about a little over 3% harvested. It's the fastest start they've had in a long time. Last year around this time, they were just under 2 yet. So they're definitely making some progress there. So I think the biggest question ahead of the report tomorrow is, does the USDA look at preventative plant acres, and do they factor that in, or do they wait until we're further along in the summer to see what happens there?
So,
Go ahead, Jerry.
yeah, for some of our producers out there that are looking at maybe doing a little bit more marketing of the product, I know a lot of folks have locked in some decent prices with this jump again in the corn and the soybeans. Does this mean it's a good opportunity or not really?
I think it's a good opportunity, but I also think it depends on your farm marketing plan and what you currently have on the books and what it looks like for you. So definitely talk to your grain buyer and how that looks for you, to how that should shake out. But as far as the high prices, I mean, smaller contracts more often, I think, wins the race this year. Just with the volatility in the market, it doesn't seem like we're going to shake that anytime soon. And it doesn't seem like the Russian-Ukraine situation is going to end quickly either.
Now, is the Russian-Ukraine situation weighing in on the corn and soybeans, or is it still kind of centered on the wheat?
It definitely weighs in on the corn and wheat, not so much the beans, as they're not a big net exporter of those. But the wheat market, hands down, and the corn market definitely plays a role, depending on what China does and where China buys the commodities. But a lot of the Middle East and African countries also depend on Russia and Ukraine too. So if they have to come to the board for corn, that could definitely change where exports go and destinations happen this year.
So there are a few wild cards out there when it comes to exports, and a lot of those areas that, as you said, kind of depended on Russia and the Ukraine, they might be looking at somewhere else.
Yep, very well could be.
Wow. So right now on the board, what do you have?
Yeah, nearby corn is $7.25. New crop corn, $6.86. Nearby beans, $17.43. New crop beans, $15.20. And new crop wheat, $9.64.
All right. Melinda, you take care. Have a great day and drive careful, okay?
Thanks, you too.
You bet. A little bit more as far as what's going on. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me right now. The market report brought to you by Steiner Tractor Parts, where you do get new parts for old tractors, and it is made easy. 800-234-3280 or go to their website, steinertractor.com, for more information. Incidentally, the folks at Steiner want you to slide over into Michigan's thumb. Tri-County Equipment has got an antique tractor show coming up here, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that as we go through the program today. So listen up. Great opportunity to take a look at some of those antique tractors, and got a funny feeling some of the guys, when they were restoring some of those tractors, more than likely got a hold of Steiner Tractor for some of the parts. Doug Klein, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. Well, what's the story today?
Well, it looks like soybeans. I think hit a 10-year high today. So that's the hot ticket. Of course, it's a one-sided market. There's really no significant sellers. Everybody's afraid of the hedge funds and how far they can take this. So we just have to sit back and see how far they can take this. Had a dude from the U.S. government admit that Russia's probably better off now with the price of oil as it is than it was before, even though we have sanctions, because they're still selling to India and China, and even at a discounted rate, they're making more money than before. So he's winning. And then there's a new exchange traded fund coming out that tracks industrial metals. I don't know about your experience, but every time I've seen one of these things come out, usually you see about a 50 to 75% drop in the markets that they're touting at the time. So who knows what happens there, but industrial metals obviously have been on an incredible straight up path. So bears to watch.
I got a funny feeling there's going to be a little leveling going on there.
I don't know. So,
if that.
Yeah. So here's your numbers. The July corn is 779, up 14.5. December corn 722, up 4.25. And September of 23 corn 667.5, up 1/4 of a penny. The July soybeans, 1772 and 3/4, up 32 and 3/4. November soybeans, 1577 and a half, up 9.5. And November of 23 soybeans, 1428 and a quarter, up 1 1/4. The July wheat is 1064 and a quarter, down 10 and a half. December wheat is 1089 and a half, down 12 and a quarter. And July of 23 wheat is 1084 and 3/4, down 18. Crude oil, 121.80, down 31 cents. Heating oil is 442, up 10 and a half cents. Gasoline is 430.40, up 8 1/4 cents. And natural gas, 866 and a half, that's down 3 cents. Canadian dollar, US dollar gets you 126.47 at the border. That's up 90 ticks. The dollar gets you 133.97 yen. That's down 27 ticks. The euro's at 106.55, down 59 ticks. The dollar's at 102.91. That's up 37 ticks. Gold is at 1837.90, down $14 an ounce. Silver's 21.63, down 46.5 cents. Platinum's at 971.20. It's down $40.40.
Ooh,
Get a pop.
a little pop there. Doug, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yep, you too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ray from Begic Nursery and Garden Center in Bay City. It's time to get outside and do some gardening. You can't beat the fresh air, healthy exercise, and bountiful fresh food from your own garden. You'll find thousands of healthy annuals in every color of the rainbow. Vegetable plants for your garden, indoor foliage, hanging baskets, beautiful combination planters, and flowering plants. Spring is a great time to plant new trees. At Begic's, you'll find one-of-a-kind trees, shrubs, and evergreens, potted shade trees, flowering trees, potted shrubs and evergreens, potted rose bushes, and the greatest variety of perennials ready to plant, providing you with vibrant colors and beautiful blooms. Begic's has the perfect seed for your lawn. Whether it's seeding, reseeding, or just patching spots, we carry a variety of seed in bulk so we can weigh out just what you need for your yard. We're well supplied with potting soil and Dairy Dew organic fertilizers for your lawn and garden. From patio to yard and garden, we'll see you at Begic Nursery and Garden Center this week on M84, 1 mile east of I-75, west side Saginaw Road, Bay City.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today. 989-868-4444. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, makers of Exceller Meal since 1991. That's a high bypass soybean meal that's maximizing your dairy herd's production. If you'd like more information about it or you'd like to suggest it, get a hold of your nutritionist or local feed dealer today and ask them about Exceller Meal.
You ever think about how the best stuff always comes last? Like dessert and championships and weekends. Why do we have to wait so long for the things we love? Is this a conspiracy? At least farmers who use Sharp and herbicide as a harvest aid can skip to the best part of their season. The fastest dry down and desiccation means they get to a smooth harvest sooner. BASF, we create chemistry. Always read and follow label directions.
Along with me, Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. And Jerry, I got a funny feeling you're outside today because you can't stay inside with weather like this.
No, it's what a beautiful day to get out and do anything in the garden. But, you know, since it's Thursday and we're planting the week, we can get outside and plant some peonies today, Terry.
I tell you, I hope my wife isn't listening right now.
Yeah,
because she'd be telling me right now, I told you, because they look beautiful right now.
They sure do, Terry. And a lot of the peonies, the old-fashioned ones with the big mop heads, they're beautiful, but they fall over, and people always complain about the ants. But you know, there's some better varieties now. There's some single blooming peony, the crinkled white and crinkled red. They just have flat petals. They can get around. It's almost as big as a dinner plate, but there's only like about 10 petals on them, and that big heart in the center are just spectacular. And then there's the Ito peony, and that's a cross between a tree peony and the standard peony. And there's lots of different colors, but again, they don't fall over. Half the reason ants get on peonies is because they fall over, they lay on the ground, and ants can get up to their flower and their nectar and do very well quickly. So, they're good plants. They're not a problem. They're like full sun. They don't take a lot of care, and they bloom magnificently. And some of them even have a really good fragrance. So they do a lot for us. Enjoy peonies.
And you've got them at the nursery.
We do. And we're open weekdays till 5, Saturday 9 to 2.
Very good. Jerry Samolsky, thank you so much. You have a great weekend. All righty?
And get out and enjoy the weather. It's beautiful.
Oh, we sure will. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center over in Essexville.
I'm Steve Cook from the Cook GM Superstore in Vassar with a Cook Inventory Update. With the continuing microchip crisis and today's gas prices, no one wants to drive or contact a dealership and find out that they only have 3 or 4 new vehicles in stock. At Cook Chevrolet, you'll find 23 Chevy Blazers currently in stock or arriving in time to be purchased or leased this month, starting as low as $206 a month. At Cook Chevrolet, you'll find 25 Chevy Equinoxes in stock or arriving this month with no first payment needed. And this month, Chevy Silverado pickup buyers will find 75, that's right, 75 crew cab 4-wheel drive Silverados starting as low as $368 a month. 25 Chevy Equinoxes, first payment waived. 23 Chevy Blazers from $206 a month. 75 Silverado pickups from $368. Visit or contact us today. That's Cook Chevrolet Buick, M15, top of the hill in Vassar.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease. $28.18 on Blazer, $29.15 on Silverado due at signing. Call or visit us online at cookchevybuick.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Make the most of your land with a compact tractor from Hudson. We're offering 0% for 84 months financing on all new John Deere compacts through August 2nd, 2022. Own the popular 1025R with a loader and mower deck for $248 a month, or step up to the 3025E with a loader for $274 a month. Find yours today, in-store or online, and see if you qualify. Come by Hudson, your local John Deere dealer, or visit us online at HudsonInc.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now that your crop is finally in the ground, make it thrive and stay healthy with the help of Morgan Composting's Dairy Dew liquids. Save time and money with fewer passes over the field by incorporating Dairy Dew foliar sprays along with your herbicide or fungicide. Dairy Dew liquids feature fulvic acid that helps the nutrient uptake and increases the efficiency of any fertilizer you put down this spring. Kelp acts like vitamin C for your plants, so they're more resistant to stress and provides greater immunity to disease. And Dairy Dew liquids offer both conventional and organic options, like AgroThrive's Clean Liquid Fish, Kelpful, and so much more. Need more information? Morgan Composting has soil health experts that can answer your questions and suggest the right liquid blend for your crop. Give your crop the boost it needs. Make up for lost time this spring. Dairy Dew will work for you in 2022. Visit dairydew.com today. Dairy Dew.
Right now in New York, our New York markets, the Dow is currently down 154. That would make it 32,756. The NASDAQ is down 70 at 12,011. And right now, the S&P is down 24. That would make it 4092.
Did it go okay when your insurance agent sat down with you to review the coverage checklist for your farm so you wouldn't have to worry about uncovered areas? You have reviewed your coverages lately, right? If not, maybe your agency should be the Emil Rummel Agency. At the Emil Rummel Agency, it's our job to understand the various risks you face every day on your farm, and then provide you with the right insurance policy that is based on your needs. If your current insurance agent is not offering this kind of service, it's time you talked with the Emil Rummel Agency, because we listen and then we respond to what we hear. The Emil Rummel Agency is located in Frankenmuth, Vassar, Caro, and in Saginaw. Call us today at 800-572-0939. That's 800-572-0939. Or visit us on the web at rummelinsurance.com.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. Lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more available to you. Find out how they can be your hometown financial solution by going to frankenmuthcu.org. We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. A Republican candidate for governor in Michigan has been arrested by the FBI. Ryan Kelly faces a misdemeanor count for his role in